Well, it's that time of year again. I'm out here with the John Deere 6120E, and attached to it I've got our Rhino 15-foot side wing rotary cutter. Need to start going after the weeds and grass that are starting to grow out of control. You can see these the cutter bars, very heavy. I can cut through some pretty good brush with this cutter. I'm going to have to get some new blades for next year, but these will do okay for this year. But we'll show you how we get this thing hooked up and then start doing some mowing. Well, I'm back in the arch barn, and the first thing we need to do is reverse the output shaft from the power takeoff unit. This one is set up for the 540 RPM implements, and so Jeffrey has to pull off this circlip with the pliers and get it turned around. The Rhino runs at 1000 RPM, so we need to get that pin swapped about.
So this is the PTO output shaft out the back of the tractor, and so it's got two different spline patterns. We got the 6 spline for the 540 RPM implements, and then we got the, I think it's a 20 spline, 21 spline for the 1000 RPM implements. And it's easy to swap around, you just sort of flip it around, but since the outside of the tractor is going towards the inside of the tractor, I'll clean it up a little bit, sort of stick it in there. It's a little bit fussy to get all lined up. Oh, maybe not. And that's it. So I have to change the drawbar setting.
This was set up for pulling the hay bale.
Yes. Okay, that's it.
So we'll get it backed up so Jeffrey can drop the pin in. He's got pin ready to go in, get the washers, spacing washers in place. In goes the pin. Big nut goes on the bottom. Get the wrenches, get things tightened down. Now he's got to hook up the drive shaft. He slides that quick disconnect up onto the PTO shaft that he just flipped around. And now he's got 2 hydraulic connectors to put in. One controls the lift of the mower up and down, and the other controls raising the wings it just pushes in. So we've got it, that raised a lift up, that's working. And a little bit more, a little squirt of oil out of the back, and now he's raised, put the wings together. He has to disconnect that safety chain in back there, otherwise the wings would fall down when we're not using it and might run into other equipment. So that's where you see the hydraulic lines are attached there. And now he's going to move it out, and we need to grease and lubricate all the fittings. Just barely making it past the hay baler here. Inches to spare. I'm giving him hand signals to go on ahead. He raised it all the way up. Now he's lowering the wings. And we've got to pump grease into everything now. In particular, all the U-joints on all these drive shafts, they have to be lubricated. And there's a special one that he's pumping grease into now. That requires 30 pumps, and the others require just 5. But this one in front allows us to make turns as sharp as 80 degrees. Otherwise, a normal U-joint wouldn't allow that, but this is a special setup that they've got, but it requires a lot of grease. Every 8 hours we need to pump in 30 pumps of grease.
Yesterday,
Other ones don't take near as much.
in the middle of the day when it's really hot, we saw about 6 deer in the bulldozer annex, just hanging out by one of those trees towards the western side. I just sort of stayed there as we drove through the hay field and went along.
So I'll help hold up the shield here. And the other thing we got to do is release the slip clutches. Have to loosen everything up, and then he has to spin it up so it unfreezes any frozen connections between the slip plates. It's been a year since we have used this, and over that time the slip clutch plates may lock together, and we have to make sure those are all operational.
Alright. That's loose now.
So what he's doing is he brought it out here. He's going to bottom it out into that grass, and then he runs it real quick, and so that made everything slip, and now he can bring it back in, and we'll tighten up all those nuts so the slip clutch works properly. Backing in past the cat fence, that's a different story, but that was to attempt to keep feral cats out of the barn. That's sort of an ongoing problem right now. That'll be the topic of another video. So he's going to lower the wings. And then tighten up these slip clutch bolts. Well, he's about ready to go here. Wow, you saw that one big blade, it came down and jammed into the other one. Told Jeffrey to stop, was able to kick it out of the way. So we're good to go now. He's going to head out to the lone pine field and start mowing, and I'll catch up with him later. First we got to get through the gate here. So I'll head out in a little bit, catch up with Jeffrey. He's going out to mow in the lone pine field today. And so why do we mow? Especially this time of year, the weeds and the grass grow faster than the sheep can eat it. Often mowing promotes the growth of Bahia grass in new fields that we're trying to transition over. It'll control the succession of a field back into a forest. If we don't mow at least once a year, the brush starts taking over. And especially in fields that the sheep have just been in grazing, they'll go through and eat a lot of stuff. Weeds that cows won't eat, but still there's stuff that the sheep won't eat. Some of it's poisonous, some of it just isn't palatable, but in any case, if the sheep eat down everything they like and leave what they don't like, that promotes the growth of the stuff the sheep don't like, and so it's good to go in after we've had the sheep in there and mow everything that the sheep don't like to eat. That sort of rejuvenates everything and gets stuff primed up for the sheep to come back in again. It's another day and I'm taking the John Deere and Rhino out to do some mowing. I'm mowing right now as we're approaching this gate, and what I'm going to do is show you the process we have to go through in order to get through a gate. So here's the instrument panel. On the left you can see we're going a little over 2,000 RPM with the engine and 1,010 RPM with the PTO. It's spinning away. Now I have to shut that off. That's that yellow switch right there, and bring the engine speed down with this orange lever, and it's coming down and it's almost to a stop. I've got it stopped now, And let's see, we have to bring up the side wings. That's what that hydraulic control lever is for. Up come the side wings. And then we're going to lift the whole unit. Now those back wheels are going to go up. So that's the center lever. Center hydraulic control. That lifts the whole unit. Up it comes. And now I put the parking brake on, by the way. But I can get out the door here. Go down this steep flight of steps. After sitting for a while, having to navigate going out these steps is sometimes problematic. So now I'm out here. We untie the string latch and then pull the cattle panel gate over on its string hinges, and then we drive through. It's a 16-foot gate, presumably, but it doesn't quite allow a 15-foot rotary cutter to go through all the way when it's all the way down. So that's why we have to shut everything down, have to turn everything off. You can't have the mower spinning when you have it elevated like that. And then I'm back closing the panel gate again. I'm back in the cab there, letting the side wings come down. And I need to pick up the engine speed. We'll get up to around 2,000 RPM. That's that left dial that's gradually coming up now. As you can see, we're going 0 miles per hour. Okay, that yellow switch, I'm going to turn on the PTO. There it goes. I have to increase the engine speed, getting it up to 1,000 RPM. 987, 996, 1,000, a little over 1,005 down to 1,001. I have to adjust it around a little bit, but usually get it around there. And we're ready to go. Oh, got to get it in gear. That's the range and the gear. And then it's flip this little switch, go forward and backward with that orange lever on the left there. We're in neutral now, that N, and then we go forward. See the F, that goes, we're doing forward now, and off we go through the brush. I've got about 30 seconds more of video here. If you're interested in experiencing more mowing from inside the cab of a 120, I've got a supplemental video set up. You can link to that at the end of this video if you like, but it's called Summer Mowing Supplement. It shows about 12 minutes of mowing along the side of a fence in the oak tree field. So thanks for watching Longleaf Sheep Hill Ranch. See you next time. If everything is working properly, on the right there should be a link to my video Summer Mowing Supplement that you can link to. Enjoy.